So we're going to start out by reviewing the Declaration of Independence. If you think back to Bundle 2 is where we had the American Revolution, and right in there is where we decided that we were sick of dealing with Britain and we needed to declare our independence from them. So we're going to run through, just quickly review that bit of information again. Just a quick reminder, this is due today. This module will be unpublished at 4 o'clock, so make sure that you are taking care of business. All right, so in order to review, I want to quickly show you this video, and while you watch the video, try to figure out who the different people are within the video. It has to do with those who wrote the Declaration of Independence. And I also want you to try to identify some of the things that they're saying that would be of interest to us now that you know what the teak is all about.
Halfway across the globe and we're standing on the ground, screaming across the waves, you can't hear the sound. There's no fair trials, no trade, no liberties, no tea. We've colonized America, we won't stand for tyranny. And it's too late to apologize. It's too late. I said it's too late to apologize. It's too late. You paid your foolish tax, read the acts, and they just won't do. Wanna make it clear we believe this much is true. All men were created with certain unalienable rights. Among these life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. It's too late to apologize. It's too late. I said it's too late to apologize. It's too late. Halfway across the globe and we're standing on new ground.
Okay, so the main guy there, you should have picked up on that, was Thomas Jefferson. Think back to when we learned about the Declaration of Independence, and I continually had you guys repeat, who is the chief author of the Declaration? Well, it's Thomas Jefferson. Some of the ideas that he used belonged to John Locke, and those ideas were unalienable rights, those rights being life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. So you still need to know those, okay? So while you were watching the video, they kept saying some things throughout the video that should have caught your attention. And these were the grievances that they kept listing. And those grievances are the reasons we hate the king. All the things we really did not want him to keep doing to us. And it was basically us writing a breakup letter saying, boo, we hate you, get out of our colonies. So in order for us to be able to know what those grievances are, they're really fancy talk. And sometimes I don't even know what they mean. So we need to decode them. I like to call it decoding, and figure out just exactly what do those grievances mean. Because some of them were pretty confusing. So let's start out with our first one. It says, he has refused his assent to laws, the most wholesome and necessary for public good. Well, what does that mean? Well, here you go. It means he refused to enforce laws even though it was good for the people. And they're referring to the king. Notice he is constantly being talked about. He this and he did that. He is referring to the king. Again, we talked about this a few months ago when we discussed the Declaration, but we just got to refresh our brain. Next one, the next grievance is saying, he has forbidden his governors to pass laws of immediate and pressing importance. Well, what does that mean? Well, it means he has forbidden the legislature to pass laws. So think about, we've been here for 100 years at least. Remember, we established Jamestown in 1607. We established Plymouth in 1620. We set up our governments once we got here, Virginia House of Burgesses, and we signed the Mayflower Compact. So once we had those established, we were able to then create laws, and life was moving along rather smoothly until the King of Britain decided, oh my gosh, I'm losing control. I better step back in. And these are some of these things he started to implement once again. And he would not allow our legislatures to pass laws, even though they may have been necessary, like the previous grievance says. So our next grievance is, he has refused to pass other laws for the accommodation of large districts of people unless those people would relinquish the right of representation in the legislature, a right inestimable to them and formidable to tyrants only. Oh my gosh, what the heck does that mean? That's, even for me, that's a lot. So let's see. It means he has refused to pass laws that would benefit particular states or colonies, and he expects that states will forfeit their right of representation. In other words, if he makes their lives so uncomfortable, maybe they'll throw their hands up and just quit. Yeah, that's kind of what these people were dealing with. Our next grievance, for depriving us in many cases of the benefits of trial by jury. This is one we definitely did talk about. So, in other words, he refused at times to allow sentencing without trial by jury. And finally, he has made judges dependent on his will alone for the tenure of their offices and the amount and payment of their salaries. Okie dokie. That means he has denied judges their independence to make decisions based on case facts and the law alone. In other words, he's telling them, you know what? How about I pay you this money and you make decisions like I want you to? Okay, so wasn't allowing these judges to make decisions. That was their job, and he wasn't letting them do that. Another one, think about it. Quartering soldiers in our homes, forcing us to keep soldiers in our homes. How about imposing taxes without our consent? All those are grievances. So what you're going to do now is you're going to answer these next few questions, and then you're going to have some notes to take of the Declaration. And this is just part 1 of 3 within this module.